Alabama's WVUA News at 10.
And thanks for joining us tonight, everyone. 1 month after she was murdered, police are still searching for the people who killed 21-year-old Chastity Michelle Helton. 2 unidentified suspects are wanted in connection with the crime. Helton was shot and killed in Green Village Trailer Park in Northport on November 13th. Tonight, family, friends, and law enforcement came together to remember Helton and to pray for help in catching the killers. WVUA Sarah Chavnik was there.
She got right there where she was shot, and she hollered for her friend twice. And then that's when he heard the gunshots.
It's a call a mother never wants to get.
This is where she was shot and killed. If I'd have known that she was going to walk out the door at 12:40 and never walk back in the door again, I would have never let her leave that day, ever.
Now, Wendy Winstead says the holidays will be even tougher than she ever thought possible.
I said, Tracy, you going to be home for the holidays? She said, oh, yeah, Mama.
Be with them.
I said Thanksgiving at the graveside,
continually give your
and I'll spend Christmas there.
Winstead says Chastity was a loving friend, daughter, and sister.
She's got 2 little sisters, and they looked up to her. I mean, problem. All that's been taken.
I just know she'd be looking down and wanting me to do good and watching my little sister. But I can never do the best job she has never done, being a sister.
Winstead is selling memorial t-shirts to help raise money for a cash. She asks if anybody knows any information on the murder of her daughter, that they come forward. In Northport, Sarah Chavnik, WVUA News.
The investigation is being handled by the Tuscaloosa Metro Homicide Unit. Right now, there are no suspects in the case. If you know anything, please call Crimestoppers at 205-752-STOP. That's 205-752-7867. In tonight's Education Watch, big changes could be on the way in some city schools. Superintendent Dr. Paul McKendrick has unveiled his proposal to reform the system. Some of the ideas up for consideration include accelerated classes, enrichment programs, and something that's grabbing a lot of attention, year-round school. McKendrick says the proposal is due to uneven success at some of the schools, including Central Elementary, Martin Luther King Jr. Elementary, Oakdale Elementary, West Lawn Middle School, and Central High School. WVUA's Victoria Sheehan set out to the schools to see what the reaction was to a change in schedule.
The specific calendar and set of programs that could affect city schools has not yet been defined, but Superintendent Dr. Paul McKendrick says one typical year-round model could keep students in school for 45 days, followed by a 2-week break.
We're looking at using this time differently, providing children with a little more time to get their skills mastered, and providing teachers with some more time so that they will have more time for planning and also professional development.
But some are doubtful of the change.
It's not going to work. I think it's too strenuous for the kids, especially the younger kids. And I think that'll be too long for them.
I mean, I know kids get tired. Yes, we all get tired, but you know, we're trying to prepare children for the future, prepare them for their lives. And if they should get burnt out, we're going to have to find ways of getting them motivated and giving them some incentive for finishing the year.
Most people we spoke to say ultimately the only thing that matters is the future of their child's education.
I feel that parents and our grandparents need to look at the benefit of getting the kids at the levels that they need at every individual grade. Being in school year-round can be a positive thing for the children, and it can help them in the future. I mean, academics need to be the key, and I think we should really study the possibility and just not dish it because it's year-round, but look at the benefit that it can provide for the children.
Reporting in Tuscaloosa, Victoria Sheehan, WVUA News.
Officials say the proposal will likely be on the December 20th regular board meeting agenda. That meeting is set for 6 o'clock at the City School Board. For more information about the proposal, just go to our website, WVUATV.com, and click on numbers and links. The Tuscaloosa Ford zoning plan is now 1 week away from going before the City Council. That's because the Projects Committee approved the revised plan set forth by the Planning and Zoning Commission. There were only a couple of minor changes. The Projects Committee approved the addition of tattoo parlors and tobacco shops into the restricted use category. However, there is no longer a minimum height restriction with the new zoning measures. Meanwhile, Tuscaloosa County is considering moving all of its 911 operations under one roof. Tuscaloosa Mayor Walt Maddox says he has spoken to officials from both the county and Northport. The mayor says he would like to see a spring deadline for a funding plan. However, Mayor Maddox also has concerns like what would happen if the Consolidated Operations Center took a hit from a disaster. You might remember the old EMA building was damaged in the April 27th tornado. On September 2nd, Country Group Alabama came to Tuscaloosa to perform a benefit concert to help raise funds for tornado relief. According to the city, the concert raised just over $169,000. The benefit concert closed with their hit, My Home's in Alabama, a time for reflection and remembrance for the city. The money raised with the concert is being put into the City of Tuscaloosa Storm Recovery Fund. WVUA spoke with Meredith Lynch with the City of Tuscaloosa, who says the city looks forward to more concerts like the Alabama one.
We are very excited. We are very grateful for the band, all the people that help support Alabama to come to Tuscaloosa. We are very encouraged by everything they've done for our community, and we are excited to receive even more donations from bands in the future, so we're very excited.
The City of Tuscaloosa Storm Recovery Fund aids long-term recovery efforts in the City of Tuscaloosa and surrounding communities. For more information on how to donate to the City of Tuscaloosa Storm Recovery Fund, you can visit www.tuscaloosaford.com. Tonight in Northport, citizens once again shared their concerns with the Alabama Department of Transportation over the controversial Eastern Bypass. WVUA's Travis Leader tells us how the road may benefit some and cause problems for others.
The Alabama Department of Transportation is listening to public comments on the proposed Tuscaloosa Eastern Bypass, part of which will impact the city of Northport. Mayor Bobby Herndon says it would greatly benefit the city.
The congestion on Highway 82 that this is going to alleviate in the future will be substantial, and then of course there's always room for growth of the city, for retail, commercial growth, which we desperately need.
Hurricane Creek keeper John Wathen says he has been to all these meetings, and he has heard nothing but unanimous disapproval from the citizens.
I've never heard a citizen stand up and say, I want the bypass. I've heard politicians say, we want the bypass.
Despite Wathen's concerns, ALDOT says they are listening to what the people have to say.
Part of the reason we conduct public involvement meetings is to take comments from the public, to hear their viewpoints and to consider those, to include those in the decision-making process.
But Wathen cites not just the environmental problems, but also the lack of citizen input.
We couldn't vote for or against anyone who planned this project and has the right to condemn our land and our way of life. And that is not fair. It's a social injustice more than an environmental problem.
Because of public concern over the Eastern Bypass, ALDOT plans to hold an extra public hearing for citizens to communicate their concerns. Reporting in Northport, Travis Leader, WVUA News.
And along with the additional public hearing, ALDOT is also choosing to extend the window for public comment until January 31st.